Harrison Ford, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Your return to this instalment of Star Wars has been greeted with so much warmth and excitement from the fans. There are surely no more passionate fans of anything than fans of Star Wars.
Well, it's not just about me. I mean, there's the whole engine that they're anticipating. I just work here. But I'm delighted that there seems to be a taste for it.
It's incredible with this film, new generations just keep finding it and absolutely loving it. Mm-hmm. What is it about it, do you think?
I think it's their parents' fault because it keeps getting passed on as family movies do to succeeding generations, as though there might be something in it worthwhile. I think it has a lot to do with George's original invention and imagination. It has to do with the visual impact of going places that we've not gone before. It has to do with good filmmaking skills. It has to do with the temper of the times in which the first film appeared. All kinds of things that really more philosophically inclined types might explain in a better way than me. I just work here.
Everything you said then sounded to me like it's a film that, for all of the fantasy in it, there's a certain authenticity at the core of it.
There's an emotional authenticity to it, and I think it confronts issues that we all find are important in our lives, albeit hopefully in our lives at a less operatic scale. But there are questions of identity and responsibility and independence and fate. All of those things come into it.
Technology's changed so much since the original Star Wars was made. Mm-hmm. If the original Star Wars were made today with the technology that's available, would that in any way take away from the authenticity? Because I imagine these days with technology, there'd be lots of things that you can achieve with technology that you couldn't, when the original Star Wars was.
Well, you might make the choices as J.J. did. J.J. Abrams, the director of this film, made the choice to build a lot of practical sets rather than have everything be computer generated. Certainly there are a lot of effects shots which are populated with computer effects. But having a physical set really is of great advantage for not just the actors who don't have to pretend that they're in a place that they're not.
Do you like yourself experimenting on the physical set when you're there to shoot?
I do. I find that it adds a lot to the reality context. When I'm reading, thinking about a scene, I try not to think about what anybody else is going to do. I think not about, how the scene is, how the environment's going to be populated with props and things you might use, but to concentrate on other issues for my character. What's to be achieved? What do I add to the story in this particular scene? But all of those other things are so variable. I might be asked to walk over to that telephone that I didn't even think was going to be in the room, because it'll help the camera get to a place where it might, have a better perspective on the scene. I might totally have gotten wrong how the other actors are going to play it. So I don't want to know too much. I like to just...
And then you just respond in the moment to that?
Yeah.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it. Chewie, we're home.
When the promo for the new film came out, there's a line where you're there, Han Solo's there with Chewbacca, and he says, "Chewie, we're home." And I teared up like a fool when I saw it because it was so nostalgic. How much did you test out that line in terms of the actual way it was worded, like rather than it being "we're home, Chewie" or "Chewie, here we are," and the tone and stuff, to get it so it packed that maximum emotional punch?
Rather a lot. Yeah, we did. Because I wanted to try "We're home, Chewie," and other variations. But we came back to what was originally scripted.
And is it just the feel that you know it's right? Like, how do you know that's the right version?
You can feel it. You can feel it.
How did it feel walking onto the Star Wars set again as the character Han Solo?
Felt like being home, to an extent. It felt good. I liked to work. It was fun.
You've had many amazing roles, but Han Solo and Indiana Jones are perhaps the two that have delivered the most pleasure to so many people around the world. I spoke before about the fans of Star Wars. Are there any particular encounters with fans that you've had over the years that have really stuck with you or made an impact on you?
You know, it is inevitably an expression of satisfaction with the product. And it doesn't usually get very much deeper than that. And it's and I'm grateful for it, very grateful.
Now, Han Solo, when people go and see the film, is he the same guy? Has he become a wiser guy, a more mellow guy? What's happened to him?
Well, there's a bit of story that's been invented that I think is very satisfactory, that allows the audience to have an understanding of how the time's been passed between in relationships of characters, and that it produces an emotional context which is really very useful. So Han Solo is much the same in aspect, but if you were to cut through the trunk, you'd see a lot more rings, in the tree.
We're out of time, unfortunately. Thank you for your time, and thank you very much for all the pleasure that you bring to film audiences.
Thanks. Thank you.